Namaste. My name is Vivek Anand and waketechnology.com is my website. Today is the 28th day of my 30-day challenge. I'm not saying 28th as in it's almost over. It's 28th day. I have been doing this for the last 28 days. Or, in other words, it's becoming more of a habit. If I don't do what I am doing, it feels something is missing, something is wrong. I didn't do what I should have been doing. So that is exactly why I took up this challenge. So, as usual, let me start with the answer to the question why. I have taken up the challenge to reduce stress, to achieve self realization, and to form a good habit, as I already mentioned. Positive thinking has positive effect on the brain, and a healthy brain means healthy body. And as part of another challenge I have taken up, after being inspired by Roland Takaoka, I have to say a few affirmations, and let me do that now as well. I am supposed to say them again before going to bed as per the process set out by Roland and Shira Hunt. And I shall be talking about the progress and a few, as usual, trick of the day I shall share with you. So I just changed my lower third, which is taking more than 1/3. Lower third, upper third, middle third. I am meditating every day. I wake up every day at about 5:30 or 6, between 5:30 and 6. And after brushing my teeth and answering nature calls, I am meditating every day for 45 minutes, even before eating my breakfast. I am divine, experiencing human life. Now, when I say that, I have to make sure that I have a lot of compassion in me. Otherwise, such an affirmation would lead to arrogance. Compassion means love and respect for every living being, be it a plant, animal, creature, or another human being. It also means love for even inanimate things. Yes. I also was told by somebody a while ago that we often end up loving stuff and using people. It should be the other way around, he was saying. We should love people and use stuff. Don't love stuff, use stuff. If that is, if your love is limited. But I am divine, experiencing human life, which means everything else is also divine, which means I have to love everything apart from, in addition to loving people. I am walking an hour every day, irrespective of the weather. Time at which I walk may vary, but I am walking an hour every day. Uh, Many times I end up walking for more than an hour, as happened yesterday. I shall tell you about that in a bit. I am achieving what I am alive for. Human life is precious, and I took birth as a human being for a reason. I remain alive for a certain purpose determined by the universe. I am yet to understand the purpose, but that is what life is for. Try and understand purpose of life. Now, it's time to share with you the progress I have made so far. Um, Yesterday, soon after the video log, I went out for a quick, I had to rush uh, to get some milk. Had run out of milk. So I had to go and quickly get that. And after that, I participated in Loveland's Be Your Own CEO Hangout on Air. So I was participating in that. So that was, I did not want to miss that Hangout on Air. So I had to go quickly and come back quickly. So that was a walk for about 20 minutes to a corner shop and back. A quick one, really quick. I had to really rush. Then after the hangout, I was no, I sorry, I mixed it up. I went for a walk to get the milk after Lowell and Hangout on Air, but before Roland Takaoka's Hangout on Air. So in between the two, I did not want to miss watching, and occasionally Roland invites others into the hangout. So if he was to invite, I didn't want to not be there. So I wanted to be there, watch it. So I rushed. And after that, after the hangout, which Roland did, I again went for a walk for about an hour. So yesterday it was more than an hour's walk. And after that, I listened to, I said my affirmations. This is before going to bed. Said my affirmations and listened to music and went to bed. This morning I woke up at 6 o'clock. I had set the alarm for 5:30, but somehow I didn't hear it. As I mentioned yesterday, my Android device is still not usable. So I had to set an alarm on my wristwatch. It's a digital wristwatch, which I typically keep it close to my head when I sleep. But somehow I did not listen. I did not hear the alarm going off in the wristwatch. So I woke up at 6, but I did my meditation as I always do. I'm yet to go for a walk, and I shall be doing that after this video log today. So that is about progress. It's time for a trick of the day. Um, Trick of the day today is going to be this. You might have been using Google Plus, and you might have taken pains and optimized your G Plus profile, but then Google has changed the interface slightly now. Slightly, in a sense, they probably felt that the most used features they wanted to bring it, make it simplified. That's what they seem to be aiming for. But few things are different in the new interface, so I shall share with you what are these major differences. And the main thing we need to be aware of is when a visitor comes to see your G Plus profile, depending on the interface that they are using, they would see different things. So let me show you, let me do a screen share, and so that is the, when I go to my Google Plus, I'm refreshing my Google Plus profile, and if I go in using the new interface, this is what I see. Okay, if I go to my own profile by clicking there, I would see this. This is what one would see. Whoever comes and visits my Google Plus profile using the new Google Plus interface would see this. Okay, in the old, let me open the profile again. And go back to classic. This is what somebody would see when they use classic interface. With the classic interface, if they come to my profile, see that there are, as the owner of the profile, here it gives you a facility to see it as yourself. This is the classic interface, or as the public. So as a public, this is what people would see. All these things, actually the pinned one is not visible here. Pinned one is gone. Then communities shows up somewhere else. And these are the posts. Let me bring up, okay, the about screen. You see a lot of difference here. About screen, if I go about screen in the new interface, there is a major difference. And there is no way of, how do I see what others see? There's no, there doesn't seem to be an easy way to find out that. But what caught my eye was what gets displayed here: organizational info and all of that. This is not shown in the old interface at all, anywhere. It's not shown in the old interface at all. I am on the About tab and as public, but organizational info, there it says work, but it doesn't show as much as this does. So this information comes from my Google Apps profile, and as you can see here, if I click on this, it says to make edits to the info here, contact your admin, which is, since this account is using Google Apps for work, or Google Apps for business as it was called previously, this comes from the domain, Google Apps domain. So these are all the email IDs that are used by the organization or the domain, and they are all visible here. And I'm not sure whether this, okay, at least as what this shows, this information is visible to people who are in my circles. Now, if you put me in your circle, but I don't put you in my circle, probably you may not see this. So if how does it work for you then? If you put somebody in your circle, they would be able to see similar information when they come to your profile. All this information is quite different from what it showed up earlier. I think if let's see, if I click this, okay, if I click this, I can make it completely private. All these options are there here. Whereas in the previous interface, in the, sorry, the classic interface, it was done in a different way. How to, I have to see it as myself, only then it'll let me look at that specific information. Edit, and this particular aspect is visible only to me. Whereas with the new interface, it's all in a different place and arranged differently, and more importantly, this organizational info was a bit of a surprise for me. I had to go and change a few things there because I had forgotten, I had created certain email aliases which were no longer in use, but they were still showing up here. So I had to go and get rid of them and then this one is showing the relevant information. I might still need to uh, have again another thinking about whether all of these information should be visible here or not. But there does not seem to be much way of finding out whether it is visible like that or not. As a matter of fact, let me see what I would see if I look at one of my friends, one of my uh, let me look at people and okay, let me look at this person's this he's a Googler. He's a Google, I think he's a Google employee. So what do I see if I look at his about? Hmm, interesting. I don't know whether similar information will be visible if I use classic. Looks slightly different. The new interface also showed his current location, which is not visible here. So that may be another major difference. So that is trick of the day today. Not really a trick, it's more of a uh, be aware of. So I shall conclude today's video log by saying integrate, simplify life. Thank you.